Lost yourself? Do this daily. Backed by science. She walked into the kitchen and forgot why she was there. Then she looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the woman staring back. Not because of wrinkles, not because of gray hairs, but because something deeper had changed. Her eyes no longer sparkled like they used to. Her shoulders curled slightly inward. Her breath was shorter, her steps quieter. It wasn't just aging. It felt like a slow disappearing. At 68, she still wanted to dance at weddings, still wanted to chase after her grandkids, still wanted to remember every joke her husband told. But something in her body whispered, "You're not who you used to be." Have you ever felt that? If you have, leave a simple yes in the comments. You're not alone, and I want you to stay right here with me, because I have something gentle to offer. Not a miracle, not a secret pill, but a return to yourself, a quiet invitation to say, "I'm not done yet." This video is not about turning back the years on your skin. It's about turning back the clock on your energy, your strength, your clarity, your joy. Today, we're going to walk through small, natural, powerful habits backed by science that can help you feel like yourself again. And maybe, just maybe, even better than before. Not hard routines, not expensive treatments, just simple acts of kindness to your body, done with care every single day. And it starts with something so simple. You've probably done it your whole life, but never realized how powerful it truly is. When did movement start feeling like a chore? For many of us, we grew up walking miles to school, cleaning the house with our own hands, dancing at every wedding and gardening without a second thought. But over time, movement became exercise, a task, a duty, a guilt trip. In the longest-lived communities on Earth like Okinawa in Japan or Nicoya in Costa Rica, elders don't do push-ups or aerobics. They move naturally throughout their day. They walk after meals, they tend their gardens, they squat to cook, they dance at festivals. This isn't just folk wisdom, it's science. A study published in the journal Aging Research Reviews found that regular low-intensity movement throughout the day improves circulation, maintains muscle tone, and protects against joint stiffness more effectively than sporadic high-intensity exercise. Let me tell you about Mr. Harold, a retired math teacher in Oregon. At 72, he thought his walking days were over. His knees ached and stairs became a mountain. But his doctor didn't tell him to join a fitness class. She told him, just walk 10 minutes after lunch, every day, rain or shine. Harold grumbled at first. But 2 weeks in, he felt lighter. His legs didn't ache as much. He started whistling again. After a month, he walked his granddaughter to school for the first time in years. That's the magic. You don't have to sweat to get stronger. You just have to move. You don't need a plan. Just pick one thing. Walk during commercials, water your plants in the morning, or stretch your arms while waiting for the kettle to boil. That's already movement. Motion is lotion. The more you move, the easier it gets. So, if your body's been feeling stiff lately, don't sit still hoping it'll pass. Move gently and watch your body say thank you. Pause for a moment. Can you feel your breath? Not the shallow one in your chest, but the full, slow, deep breath that fills your belly like children breathe when they sleep. Peaceful, natural, healing. The older we get, the more tension we carry in our shoulders, in our neck, in our jaw. Our breathing becomes shorter, faster, almost like we're always bracing for something. That tension builds up in the body over years. But here's the beautiful thing. You can reverse that right now with one breath. There's a technique called the 4-7-8 breath, made famous by Dr. Andrew Weil and studied by heart health researchers. Here's how to do it. 1. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. 2. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. 3. Exhale gently through your mouth for 8 seconds. And last, repeat this 4 times. What does it do? Slows your heart rate, lowers your blood pressure, sends a message to your nervous system. You're safe now. Let go. According to the American Heart Association, practicing deep breathing daily can reduce levels of cortisol, the hormone that accelerates aging, and even improve sleep quality and memory function in seniors. Let me share a story. Mrs. Carroll, 70, a retired librarian from Michigan, used to lie awake for hours every night. She tried teas, pills, counting sheep, nothing worked. Then her daughter taught her 4-7-8 breathing. At first I felt silly, she said, but then I felt calm. The next thing I knew, it was morning. It's not magic. It's just oxygen used with intention. Try it right now with me. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you feel that? That's your body remembering how to rest. If that moment brought you calm, leave a number 2 in the comments and try it again tomorrow. Just 5 minutes a day of deep breathing can change how your body ages. It slows the wear and tear. It reboots your stress response. It creates a space for healing. As you begin to reconnect with your body through gentle movement and mindful breathing, you might start to feel something unexpected, a quiet sense of strength not in your muscles, but in your spirit. But physical movement and calm are only part of the story. To truly turn back the clock, we have to nourish something just as vital, your brain. And that starts on your plate, because what you eat doesn't just feed your stomach. It fuels your memory, your clarity, your joy. And for something so powerful, it's surprisingly green. Let me tell you something that may sound unbelievable, but is backed by science. 1 bowl of leafy greens a day could make your brain up 11 years younger. Yes, you heard that right. In a landmark study from Rush University Medical Center, researchers followed over 950 seniors for 5 years. They found that those who ate just 1 serving of leafy greens daily, spinach, kale, collard greens, romaine, had slower cognitive decline and performed better in memory tests than those who rarely ate greens. The difference? Their brains looked nearly 11 years younger just from what was on their plate. No tricks, just leaves. And the science to prove it. Leafy greens are rich in vitamin K, which supports brain structure; lutein, which protects brain cells from aging; folate, which lowers inflammation in the brain; beta-carotene, which boosts memory. Let me tell you about Mrs. Lorraine. She's 75 and lives alone in Arizona. A few years ago, she started forgetting where she left things. She would repeat herself at dinner. Her daughter worried. But instead of pills, Lorraine started making green smoothies every morning, a handful of spinach, a banana, a little almond milk, and cinnamon. Her daughter looked at her one morning and said, "You're back, Mom." And Lorraine smiled because she felt it too. Now, I'm not saying greens will fix everything, but what if they could help? What if something this small could keep your stories, your wit, your essence alive longer? Try this tomorrow. Add spinach or kale to your morning eggs. Mix fresh parsley into your soup. Swap iceberg lettuce for romaine in your sandwich. Or just blend a green smoothie like Lorraine. And here's a tip most people miss. Drizzle a teaspoon of olive oil over your greens. It helps absorb the fat-soluble vitamins like K and A, unlocking their full power for your brain. This is how aging can work for you, not against you. Aging gives us the wisdom to choose better. Greens are one of those better choices. But there's one more piece of the puzzle, one that too many overlook. Even if you eat well and move gently, there's no healing without this next habit. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you woke up and said, "Wow, I feel rested"? If that moment feels like a distant memory, you're not alone. Studies show that over 50% of adults over 60 suffer from poor sleep, and many believe it's just part of getting older. But here's the truth. Your body still craves deep, healing sleep. And when you give it that, it responds in ways you might not expect. At night, while you rest, your brain cleans out toxins that build up during the day. Your cells repair damage from wear and tear. Your immune system strengthens. Your memory consolidates. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, seniors who get consistent, quality sleep reduce their risk of cognitive decline by up to 33%. Now let me tell you about Mr. Allen. He's 69, retired from factory work, and proud of never missing a shift. But after retirement, his sleep fell apart. He would go to bed at 1 a.m., scroll through his phone, wake up groggy, nap too long in the afternoon, and feel like a zombie the next day. Then one evening, his granddaughter said, "Grandpa, let's try a sleep routine like you used to give me when I was little." They made one together, a rhythm of peace in 4 simple steps. No phone, lavender tea, light reading, lights out. At first, he thought it was silly, but after 2 weeks, he stopped napping during the day. He started remembering names again. He even went back to building model trains, his old hobby. "I didn't know how tired I was until I wasn't," he laughed. And that's what deep sleep does. It doesn't just rest your body, it renews your mind. Here are a few gentle tips to invite better sleep. Go to bed and wake up at the same time daily, even weekends. Dim the lights an hour before. B. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Make your bedroom a screen-free, worry-free sanctuary. If you wake up at night, don't stress. Breathe deeply. Trust your body will drift back. Think of your sleep like a sacred space where healing happens invisibly, but powerfully. You've moved your body. You've calmed your nervous system. You've fed your brain. You've honored your sleep. And now, there's just one thing left. A habit that's so overlooked, yet so essential to feeling energized, flexible, and glowing from the inside out. Let's help each other rest better, one bedtime ritual at a time. What helps you sleep better at night? Herbal tea? A warm bath? Your dog curled up at your feet? Drop it in the comments. Your tip might be just what someone else needs tonight. Let me ask you something simple. Have you had a glass of water today? Not tea, not coffee, not soda, just water. If you're hesitating or shrugging, don't worry. You're not alone. But here's a surprising truth. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already mildly dehydrated. And for older adults, that signal often comes too late or not at all. Why does that matter? Because dehydration doesn't just make you thirsty. It affects your joints, stiff and ague, skin, dry and dull, digestion, sluggish, energy, fatigue even after sleeping, even your mood and memory. A 2022 study from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, showed that older adults with chronic mild dehydration scored lower on short-term memory tests and reported more confusion, irritability, and lack of focus. The fix? Hydration with intention, not gallons at once, just consistent, loving sips. Let me tell you about Gloria. She's 73, lives with her cat Max, and always prided herself on being tough. She rarely drank water, claimed she wasn't one of those bottle people. But last year she fainted in the garden. Diagnosis: dehydration. Her doctor gave her one instruction: keep a bottle near you like a pet you can't ignore. So she did. She named it Wally the Water Bottle. Now she yokes. Wally reminds me to love my joints. Within weeks, she noticed less dizziness, smoother skin, better bowel movements, clearer thoughts. Here's how to build your own hydration ritual. Keep a see-through bottle nearby so you see your progress. Flavor it with mint, lemon, or cucumber to keep it fun. Drink a few sips every hour, not all at once. Pair hydration with habit. Drink before meds, after bathroom, or before meals. And yes, tea, soups, fruits like watermelon or orange all count. The key is consistency, not perfection. Pro tip: if you're taking medications like diuretics for blood pressure, your hydration needs might be higher. Ask your doctor what's best for you, because water is not just water. It's cellular health in liquid form. And don't forget, glowing skin isn't made in the mirror. It starts from within. Let's pause. You've moved. You've breathed. You've nourished. You've rested. You've hydrated. But what if none of it fully works? If your mind still whispers, "It's too late for me," like the 74-year-old woman who joined her first dance class, or the 80-year-old man who opened a bakery just because he always wanted to. That belief, more than any diseases, is what holds us back. A groundbreaking study from Yale University found that older adults with a positive mindset about aging lived an average of 7.5 years longer, even after adjusting for health, income, and exercise levels. How powerful is that? Your thoughts literally shape your biology. It's called mind-body loop. What you expect, your body tries to fulfill. If you believe aging equals decline, your body slows down. If you believe aging equals becoming, your body rises to meet that. Let's flip the script. Aging isn't losing youth. It's gaining perspective. It's growing into someone wiser, softer, and even more radiant. I want you to say this softly or out loud. I am not behind. I am not fading. I am exactly where I need to be, still growing. Because the science supports this. Optimistic older adults have lower inflammation levels. They recover faster from surgery or illness. They bounce back from stress like people 10 years younger. So go ahead, smile in the mirror. Not because your skin is flawless, but because your story still has chapters to write. Let's take a deep breath together. Ready? Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've just done the first act of self-care, and maybe the beginning of a whole new way of aging. You don't have to do all 5 habits at once. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Pick one habit. Try it for a week. Let your body respond. Let your spirit smile again, and then come back and tell us, which habit felt like a quiet yes in your heart today? What will you start with: walking, breathing, greens, sleep, or water? Drop it in the comments and share this with someone you love. If this video gave you hope or clarity, hit that like button. It helps more seniors find us. Toppable subscribe to join our growing community of wise, kind, unstoppable souls. Because after 60, we're not slowing down. We're blooming one breath, one step, one smile at a time.